finals here at Roland-Garros. Huge moments here for Zheng Qinwen, who is a superstar.
Première joueuse à entrer sur le court, 7e mondial aujourd'hui, championne olympique aux Jeux Olympiques de Paris l'an passé en 2024, de la République populaire de Chine, Qinwen Zheng.
A 22-year-old from Cheyenne in Hubei province, who was on this court and experienced one of the greatest moments of her life, winning the Olympic gold final against Donna Vekic last August. And her father always said to her, who was the driving force behind her tennis, more of that later, the Olympics is the most important tournament that you will ever play.
Son adversaire était finaliste à l'Open d'Australie cette année. Elle a remporté 3 tournois en Grand Chelem. Numéro 1 mondial, Aryna Sabalenka.
Spending her 41st week as the world #1 and is becoming a dominant force now. And so consistent at Grand Slam level. Loves being back here in Paris. She confesses that she has a very sweet tooth, and if you have a sweet tooth, you're in real trouble in this city. There are temptations on every corner. I think there's a patisserie. I think in Paris every 500 meters. So not ideal. So the first of the women's quarterfinals. World #1 taking on the 8th-seeded Olympic champion Zheng Qinwen. As you mentioned, I mean, they wear very light materials now, and it's very helpful because we can see how breezy it is.
It is very helpful, yeah. I just noticed when I walked out, all of a sudden I was like, yeah, I don't think it was breezy this morning when they first warmed up. It's just picked up in the last 45 minutes
Et dans
or
le
so.
cadre entrée de rêve, la Fédération française de tennis soutenue par Mastercard invite de jeunes licenciés.
The bags get bigger and bigger as the adornments do as well.
Lucie Carcopino et Loïc Goulin, licenciés au Tennis Club de Villemomble Sport dans la Ligue d'Île-de-France, qui ont accompagné les joueurs.
Procedures, I call the net. Shot clock is going to be visible on the top of the scoreboard. Coach's box on the back of the court. For BMIs, please request immediately. Do you have any questions? Towels are the same color for the box. So, Aryna, would you like stadium or 10?
Stadium.
Stadium? Please, darling. Go ahead. Stadium. Serve? Serve? Okay, just picture, please, with them.
Yeah, she's decided to stay.
Joli souvenir pour
That tells you that the wind's a factor, because she had to think about that. And those youngsters getting the experience, well, probably one of the highlights of their young lives. And those pictures, we got a bird's eye view, didn't we, of the coin toss, and there's a spider cam that sweeps across this Philippe Chatrier court, the main court here at Roland-Garros, renamed after the late president of the French Tennis Federation, Philippe Chatrier, who passed away after the championships here in 2000. And had it not been for Philippe Chatrier, it's highly unlikely that tennis would have been ever back in the Olympics, and Zheng would not have been able to win her Olympic gold medal. I don't know if she's probably aware of that. That all happened before she was born. Tennis getting back in the Olympics in 1988. But there's a connection with Zheng and the man after whom this stadium is named. But going well, isn't she? She was very strong after winning that Olympic gold. She went back to such fanfare in China, superstar status, but she kept up the level.
She absolutely did, and I can't imagine what that welcoming must have been like when she went back home after the gold. But yeah, did fantastic at the end of last year, and I just, that final is fresh in my mind, where she played the Riyadh finals against Coco Gauff, one of the best finals I've ever witnessed, and has done well here as well. I think the clay season is something that she wanted to get a little bit stronger at, and so she's worked on a lot of things in her game to be be able to get to this stage and reach her first quarterfinal ever at Roland-Garros.
Did very well, didn't she, out on the Suzanne Lenglen to beat the 19th seed Ludmila Samsonova, who was a finalist in Strasbourg coming in here, so was clearly in form. And now it's a different situation. She's one of the hunted, isn't she?
She is, yeah. And that was a tough match. I actually did that match, and Samsonova hits with a ton on the ball, and that's going to be good preparation against someone like Sabalenka, who hits with just as much pace. So I think that was an important match for her to get through. Knew how tough it was going to be, but I think also she was a bit emotional because she wanted this first quarterfinal at Roland-Garros so badly, and to do well so here. So I almost feel like she's gotten through a small emotional hurdle, and I think that might free her up today.
Yeah, she's certainly going to be dangerous. We'll chat about their head-to-head in a little while. But Marc Maury, the very much the voice of Roland-Garros and tennis here in France. He was walking just ahead of me into the grounds, as everyone tends to do. Everyone tends to stay locally and walk in, as they do SW19 when we head to Wimbledon. 27 years of age, had a birthday in May. Has won already 3 titles this year. Said that she was a little jaded when she went to Rome, but a big win in Madrid, particularly after having match points last year in the final against Iga Swiatek. I think it's more of the same, isn't it, from Sabalenka, who'd love to get a chance at a final here in Paris. It feels as if it's long overdue.
Yeah, it's just incredible the consistency that she's had. I mean, if you look back just to a couple of years ago after she got her first Grand Slam title, it's incredible that she's kept up that consistency, but always wanting to add more to her game. And I think it's great she's starting to throw in a little bit more variety.
Very smooth, wasn't she, to the round of 16. But Anisimova, the American, served for that first set at 6-5. Actually, Sabalenka was 5-2 up and let it slip. But the blips don't seem to spiral anymore. She recovers really well, guided now for a 5th season by fellow Belarusian Anton Dubrov, who sits in the player box and he worries, doesn't he? He's a quiet man. Started off as the hitting partner, and she soon recruited him as the coach because it worked so well.
Yeah, and I think
hasn't looked back, and they've just stuck together, haven't they?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think because they were so comfortable with each other too, she wanted someone that knew her very well, and they quickly became very good friends. And and then just decided you should be the main person in my coaching team. It's worked out very well.
They've spent a lot of time in each other's company over the last couple of years. This is the 9th meeting between the two. Sabalenka has dominated their head-to-head. Excuse me, this 8th meeting between the two. Mere numbers, we're not terribly good friends. But interestingly, it's Zheng who won the only meeting, and that happened a few weeks ago on the clay courts of Rome. So very fresh in the memory. Not sure which. I'll tell you what also has changed. They've got towel boxes now, and you have to get the right colour.
Première manche, au service, Aryna Sabalenka. Prête, jeu.
Making her 8th appearance here. 12 months ago, lost in the quarterfinals from a set-up against the brilliant teenager Mira Andreeva, but wasn't, I have to say, 100% healthy. You already touched on how consistent she has been since she won her first slam back in Australia at the start of the 2022 season. She is playing in her 10th consecutive Grand Slam quarterfinal.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier about how she's trying to add so much to her game. We now see her, we know the pace and the power that she can bring, but love that she's using the drop shot. She's trying to come into the net a little bit more, but I think the thing that stands out from a few years ago is how much she's been able to control her emotions so well, so consistent in that regard. I mean, we talk about the depth of the women's game and the men's game, and everyone is so good. I mean, everyone can play, and it just keeps increasing. The game just keeps getting better and better. So there's just these small things that separate these players, and so much of it is that mentality to be able to control the emotions and just be mentally focused the whole time.
Zheng having a peek, but leaving it alone.
Sabalenka.
15:30 suggests she's ready to play out here.
Premier jeu.
Well, on day 10, we've certainly got plenty of data, haven't we? And we've got a chance really to compare how the players are going.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I love seeing these numbers just so you get a sense of where everyone is at. And Zheng has been dominant in the service area. That's something that she's been looking to improve consistently. And you can see Sabalenka stronger in so many of the other categories. The return, the forehand, and the backhand. The backhand is really high from Sabalenka. We focus on her forehand so much because she loves to get aggressive on that side, but you forget sometimes how aggressive she is on the backhand as well, and how well she can get the ball off the court on that wing.
Merci. Asseyez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Zheng was 8 years of age, practicing in Wuhan when she watched China's Li Na win the title on this court.
Zero. 40-0. Caron to 15.
That was excellent defense from Sabalenka on the slice, stretched out wide, able to keep it low, knew that it was important, trying to just skim it over the net.
It adds some spice to it, doesn't it? The fact they only played a couple of weeks ago in Rome. And Zheng got her only victory. That's the only time they've played on clay. Both women safely aboard this first quarter-final. What sort of match are you expecting tactically? What wrinkles should we be looking for?
Yeah, I think we're going to see Zheng try and use that heavy forehand that she's so good at. I think it's such a good play on the clay. I think it helps her that it's still warm today because it'll jump up even higher on Sabalenka. But I think you're going to see Sabalenka try and use the angles a lot more. I know she's so good at the depth and the power, but I think she's going to incorporate that more, try and spread the court. But I think for Zheng, I think she comes in with confidence, having just beaten Sabalenka, and it was on the only time they've played on clay. That'll make you feel a lot better. Obviously, she has great memories here last year, winning the gold medal. So I just feel like all that together, I think, will give her confidence. But she's got to be a little bit more patient, I think, against Sabalenka. Nice. I say that because she mentioned that in Rome, that she was really happy when she beat Sabalenka that she didn't try and overplay. Like you have to find the balance of when to be aggressive and when to rally and construct the point. Great combination. That's what we're talking about. Really smart return. And because she has such a heavy forehand, she doesn't necessarily have to hit it outside the court, like as an angle. She can hit it more down the center of the court and then attack the next one. It's a good combo.
So early chances for the Chinese star. Yeah, it's Zheng off to the fast start. And the 7th seed has the early break here in this first women's quarter-final.
Zheng.
Very quickly out the box, out the blocks, excuse me. She's quite a charismatic character. I almost feel we've got sort of the Gen Z version of Li Na out here,
yeah,
who was such a hilarious character.
I know she was.
And huge personality.
Yeah.
And Zheng is quite similar in a way.
Well, she's looked up to Li Na pretty much her whole career since she remembers watching her on television. It was actually a really nice moment when Li Na surprised her, I think, during an interview in Australia. It was really cute to see just the laughing and smiling and see their personalities. But I think she looked up to her so much, she just wanted to emulate every sort of character thing about her. Yeah.
Reprise.
Made quite some splash on her debut. It's only her 4th appearance here at Roland-Garros. Got to remember, she's only 22. She's already achieved an enormous amount. Made it through to the 4th round and took a set of Iga Świątek that year. Shot, but on her route to the 4th round, she beat Simona Halep, a former champion, Elise Cornet, who was so tough, the French player who was so tough on clay, and then took the opening set against Iga. So she loves the big time, doesn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something that impressed, I think, everyone from the beginning, because you always are curious how these players are going to handle the big stage, the big moments, and she's done it from such a young age that it doesn't faze her now. I think she feels a lot more comfortable.
Thank you. Ball boy, ramasseur. Merci.
Quarante-15.
Well, she's barely put a foot wrong out here. What a start. And backs up the break in style.
Yeah, she started this match a lot sharper than her previous one against Samsonova. It's just been the quickness, I think, is what stands out to me. The movement is just a lot more on point than her previous match. And she knew she had to start quick, but her footwork right now, her speed around the court is great.
Kansas 0.
Much better start to the Sabalenka service game for the world #1. And reigning US Open champion.
Again, I love that choice on the return. Zheng has the capability to just try and be super aggressive, but love the fact that she's sticking to the game plan of trying to throw in that high, heavy shot. She got a ball to hit. Sabalenka, you could tell, just was uncomfortable defending against that shot.
Sabalenka.
Certainly no sign of panic from the world's best player. Zheng up a break early on in this first set. It's been wonderful, hasn't it, watching the evolution of Aryna Sabalenka, who came onto the floor as this big hitting teenager, not a huge amount of control, but you could see what she might become.
Yeah.
And she's evolved into this great player and still adding to her game.
Still developing, yeah. I mean, I think that's what's so cool about, you get to the #1 ranking and you don't want to stop progressing and getting better, because now everyone is wanting to get to your position and fight, and she knows that. So she never wants to take her foot off the gas. She's always trying to develop something else in her game.
Reprise. Kansas 0.
Zheng breaking early. Can she maintain this fast start?
Kansas. 15-30.
It was interesting in Zheng's last match, just noticing that she stopped mid-swing there on the serve. She was quite distracted when she played Samsonova. It was on the Longland court. It is more intimate. There's not as much space around it, but was distracted by the movement. Of course, fans can come in between points, in between games. But today, I feel like that was the first time she's looked so focused at the start. And there's a look at Zheng's coach, Parariba.
Former player,
Yep.
top 70. Retired a few years ago. And back working with Zheng for a second spell. And they've really settled back in together very quickly. And it's worth remembering that from the ages of 12 and 16, when Zheng was based in Beijing, she was coached by Carlos Rodriguez, the South American who took Justine Henin to so many Roland-Garros titles. A very famous coach.
Net premier service.
And he is particularly specialised in that transition, that development in those early teen years of all the things that you have to do. A couple of aces and a double fault in the game. It was a little bit, it was a sort of box of licorice all thought, wasn't it?
She got it done. It's a great hold. Yeah, it's amazing that the coaching that she's had behind her, Zheng, to be able to have someone like Carlos from such a young age knowing what it takes, the mentality in particular, because that is one of the most important things. I don't think you can stress that enough. And so far in this tournament, she's been saying she's so proud of herself for the way she's handled the pressure. Great defense. Sabalenka upping the pace off the ground on those two forehands. Just didn't get up enough on that swing volley, let it drop.
It's a very settled team. She has Jason Stacey in the centre, fitness trainer who's done so much to transform both her body and her mind and make it ready for her to perform at the highest level.
Great consistency from both, and there's the variety that Sabalenka has added to her game. She uses the drop shot relatively frequently on the clay, but Zheng, you felt like had plenty of time. It just Sabalenka made the right move, took the cross court away from Zheng. That's the easier shot.
Aryna is coming at you.
30-15.
That big swinging game is starting to roll. Perfect.
Wow, that was just too good. That was a very good shot from Sabalenka in the corner. Zheng just held her ground. I feel like this match too, Zheng has made a conscious effort to be a little bit more on top of the baseline than in her previous matches. She starts far back, but she makes sure she gets up more in an aggressive position. Like she could have taken the first one out of the air as a swing volley. Let it bounce and just gave time for Sabalenka to get ready.
Drifted wide. What an intense start to this first quarter-final. Jen still up the early break.
Zheng mène par 4 jeux à 3.
You got any kind of steer on wind direction out here, because it's certainly a factor today, isn't it?
It looks like it's swirling to me. Yeah, I don't know if it actually favors one way or the other. Yeah, and watching the way they're playing, it doesn't seem like when the ball comes off that it's actually going in one direction, where someone looks a little bit more behind on the shot if you're with the wind. Which when it swirls, I think it makes it actually tougher to adapt to.
It's usually there's a good end and a bad end. But if both ends are tricky, that's exhausting mentally. It's been very good, Jen, in winning the first point behind her serve. Certainly, she's done in every service game so far in this opening set. That certainly gives you a little cushion, doesn't it? It gives you a far better, statistically better chance of holding.
Good anticipation from Sabalenka. She held her position a little bit longer and just made it seem for Zheng that line was more open than it was in the end.
À 30-15. 30.
Three more of those in her last service game, which makes it a little harder. It's the new balls in her hands. A lot at stake here in her first Roland-Garros quarter-final. Dear.
30-40.
That serve does have a little kink in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not, I know, it's been spoken about. It's not the smoothest, especially when she throws the toss up. There's a little hitch on the toss, and that's why you see her catching the toss as well. It's because it can get jerky. It's tough to get the toss in the right position every time.
Yeah, there's the break back.
Sabalenka.
I think those back-to-back double faults obviously hurt Zheng, but it made her also just kind of throw in that second serve on the last point to give Sabalenka the edge.
Something very menacing, isn't there, about Sabalenka sort of swaying to return serve. It's very Serena-like.
Yeah, you can see that's where Sabalenka thrives throughout the draw. She's got the best quality as far as backhand category. Zheng not too far behind, but very close on a lot of these players. Not much separating them that we were talking about.
Been playing havoc with the timing out here this morning. Another early start on the Chatrier. So the first of two women's quarterfinals out here to open up the program.
I think maybe both respecting each other's returns. Occasionally they both like to be aggressive. Sabalenka also, I love that sometimes she changes that kick serve up, sometimes goes to the forehand on the ad side.
Brazil's Aryna. So is it jumping down pretty sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Confirm the call. Brazilian umpire had a very long day in the chair yesterday through the fourth round men's matches.
À 30.
Another smart return. I mean, she should use that all day long, Zheng, because it has been challenging for Sabalenka to get aggressive on that ball. You see how much it's traveling up on her and pushing her back. I think Sabalenka got a little lucky there with that mistake from Zheng.
Sabalenka.
The scrappy games from both women after a very high level intense start. And we are back on serve now in this opening set. See the stands filling up. On a day where we've got quite a lot of cloud cover, and then the sun is sort of going in and out, isn't it? Just not easy, not easy at all.
Reprise.
Seventh seed serving now to stay in this opening set, having led 4-2 with the break. Not sure you can afford to have a couple of scrappy games, can you? Up a break. Philippe Chatrier, Grand Slam quarterfinal.
Yeah, I really felt like Sabalenka just stayed solid, and Zheng's form dipped just a little bit. And that's all it takes sometimes to bring your opponent back into the match.
And majors are different. There's so much on the line. It's the ultimate test, really, in our sport. And the two prior occasions where they've played at this stage at a major, which they did at the US Open in the last couple of years, it's been very easy pickings for Sabalenka. The fourth time Zheng's been in this situation at a slam.
Better length in the rally from Sabalenka off the ground. She's allowed herself a bit more room as well, stood a little further back, but still was able to find the length of the court. A good disguise there. Completely caught Zheng by surprise.
Let's just say Aryna didn't grow up drop-shotting her way through junior tennis.
No.
She said she is very scathing about the coaching she received as a youngster. They just told her to hit the ball hard. That's all she was instructed. Oh dear.
Trop tard.
It is Just 4 double faults in her last 3 service games. Just broken all the momentum that she built up right at the start of the match. Body and mind that Jason Stacey has worked on for so many years now of Sabalenka.
It's good correction from Sabalenka. She was so frustrated missing the previous backhand because it hit it too flat, didn't get the height. So really good job adapting there, looking for that extra spin and height over the net.
First juice game of this opening set.
Net. Premier service.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh, wow. After that forehand angle, I really felt like Zheng was the one that was in trouble. Great movement again. She has looked so fast today. Zheng just a little bit better off the ground than her previous match. Just the reactions responding well off of Sabalenka's power. I was just thinking that Zheng is doing such a good job of sticking to the high heavy ball. And because sometimes when you do have the power, you do get tempted to try and get aggressive. And I think that's what happened on that last backhand. She just wanted to get that ball past Sabalenka. I don't think she needed to do that on that particular shot. That's great serve, that slice out wide. Sabalenka was further back, so it opened up just a little more angle for Zheng.
I sometimes wonder if Sabalenka relatively doesn't move quite as well to the forehand as she does to the backhand.
Yeah.
Just those last couple of points of that little thought crossed my mind. Finds a way to hold, level up in this opening set.
You bring up an interesting point because it's not it's not the factors of just also going to the forehand. It's thinking about recovering as well. And sometimes you have to work on like digging that foot in to get back. And I'm wondering if on the clay, maybe it's a little bit more uncertainty for her to know when you're way far out wide to be able to dig in and get back into the court.
Merci.
It's a different type of movement on this surface.
She used to actually bring her left leg across her body when she first came onto the tour. She couldn't get out of that corner
On the
at
forehand,
all. On the
yeah.
forehand. It's much, hugely
Better.
improved.
À 0-15.
I feel like Sabalenka is starting to serve stronger. Zheng started the match serving incredibly well, and her serve, his performance has dipped a bit, and I just feel like Sabalenka is getting better, so that's changing, I think, in this match.
Yeah. Long. Well, she's so experienced, isn't she, now in this situation? She's won more matches than anyone else on tour this year, 38 and counting. Really, certainly not too much seems to faze her these days. Very comfortable with all the pressure that comes with that #1 ranking. Solid hold from Sabalenka. I love the way, with all the chopping and changing and the coaching carousel, particularly on the women's tour, that she's kept a very solid team. Same hitting partner in Andrei Vasilevsky, and the blonde chap in the box. Of course, Jason Stacey has been with her since her Dmitry Tursunov days when she first came onto the tour. And Anton, he wanted to walk away at one point because he felt he couldn't sort out the yips on her serve. And she said, no, it's down to me. No, you're staying. I really like that. I think it sets a very good message for other players out there.
Yeah, I think so much of it is about having that stability overall. It's so important. And the more you're changing, the more you might be getting too many voices. And she's always had that stable team around her.
They'll go through things thick and thin together. Zheng Qinwen for a second time, serving to stay in this opening set.
Sabalenka not happy with how she executed that drop shot. A lot of depth. Enough time for Zheng to take that ball above the net.
Been a good play for her. Off both wings now.
Well, she did well to change that point around because she was running pretty much the first 3 shots, and then as soon as she gets one moment where she's balanced, she gets the ball off the court, she takes advantage of that. She did that well. Stayed very calm on that. A little bit of different look by throwing in the chip return from Sabalenka. Zheng did well to take her time. Great acceleration through the ball. Didn't even connect with that ball in the right contact point, and she still found the corner of the court. But that's just pretty much staying mentally with the shot the entire time. That's good focus from Sabalenka.
Oh, that's a big call.
That is
on a congested baseline in terms of all the marks that are down there.
Oh no.
Was in, yeah. Here, start here. Yeah. Yeah, you start just here. It's here and here. Yeah.
The ball bounce really light. It's just.
Yeah. But for me, there's no space here. Yeah. Yes. For me, was in.
It is different, isn't it? When the ball bounces very hard.
Yes, it is.
It leaves a strong mark, and when it's a slow one, and that was difficult. And the 30-40. She might have wanted to play that. What a spot it's put her in now. And all of a sudden, after being a breakdown, Sabalenka has a chance to close out this set. It needed to be that good.
Talk about mental strength. That is so good from Zheng. Just to be able to recover from the previous point. Did well there to regroup quickly.
Sabalenka must have thought she pretty much got the set.
Yeah.
Emergency tennis from the Chinese star. Avantage Zheng.
Just not quite in the correct position there, Sabalenka, to take that with that much aggression. Just got a little bit too high.
Well, if it's too high on her, it's really getting up, because she's almost 6 foot tall.
S'il vous plaît, madame, s'il vous plaît.
Zheng. That was quite some hold. A memorable one.
That's not easy to let that go. Where she stopped the point, and to recover from that she did. That's some pretty darn good mental strength.
First time break for
Merci, s'il vous plaît.
Sabalenka. This year's championships.
Prenez les places, s'il vous plaît, merci.
Hasn't dropped a set as yet.
And 0, Zheng.
What we know about Zheng from her debut is that she loves the big stage, and she rather enjoys a tiebreak here at Roland-Garros. Remember, on 3 years ago, playing Iga Świątek on this very court, took the opening set by 7 games to 6, and actually did the same in her 4th round match over on the long len against Samsonova in the 4th round.
Net
She likes an opening set. She doesn't like a deciding set, because she went out 7-6 in the final set last year, rather surprisingly, in the 3rd round.
Let me check. I was just around here, the base, yeah. But just like here.
It's at the mark.
Yeah, but it was just like here on the line.
So, well, for this clay court season, the umpire has been able to sit very sort of happily in the chair, and that is good umpiring, well spotted, because we've had all electronic line calling until we've come here.
Zheng.
Good adjustment with the feet there from Sabalenka, and that off-pace slice. It was a good get from Zheng. Did well to get it deep, but just opened up the court. That inside-out forehand for Sabalenka.
Deux partout.
Sabalenka did better there on that higher ball. Not an easy one to change direction down the line as well, but that caused the mistake. Just caught Zheng going the wrong direction.
Trois-deux. Sabalenka.
Yeah, I feel like Sabalenka would want to try to avoid the forehand because that's the one that's getting high on her and giving her more problems. But she did a good job of being patient and waiting to then pressure the backhand when it opened up just a bit more.
Quatre-deux. Sabalenka.
Third-time major champions recovered well here in this opening set. Trailed 4-2, broken in her opening service game, but really was allowed back in it by Zheng with those couple of double faults when she was serving at 4-3. I don't know if you can let someone as good as this back into such a high-profile match.
Sabalenka.
Just a little extra pace behind that backhand from Zheng, catching Sabalenka late.
Cinq-trois. Sabalenka.
Well, she's prized the little door open, hasn't she, in this opening set breakout?
Six-trois. Sabalenka.
She has the ability to play her best tennis in the big moments. And the world #1 now at set point. long.
Sabalenka.
Sabalenka bides her time
0-6.
and closes out this second set on the breaker. She wins the first set by 7 games to 6. Well, almost could have written the script, couldn't you, there? Finding her. Yeah, she's got that extra game now. Graphics are caught up with the match. Seen it a lot, haven't we? Tight situations, in a spot of bother, comes through it time and time again.
I think those are the times that you remind yourself that you are the one that has more experience in these moments on this court, and Zheng is just going to go off court, take a little extra time. She knows she was so close to being able to win that first set, but Sabalenka did lift, and I think Zheng, her first serve percentage in particular, I felt like dropped. It was so good from the start, but it's again being able to have that consistent level over and over again that is so important. It didn't really come down to that many points in the end, and the tiebreak, this match was so close. It could have gone 7-6 in Zheng's favor, but Sabalenka served well, 2 aces in a row to give her a pretty good lead there, and that's the shot right there that Zheng has been having trouble controlling. So smart for Sabalenka on first set point to use the drop shot. And here, just look at the numbers. As I mentioned, that first serve percentage is going to be so important, and both of them actually could lift that number a little bit, but Sabalenka has been so much better on the second serve. Zheng, as we know, has thrown in a few double faults at some pretty big moments. Zheng has more winners but more unforced errors as well, so consistency is so important in such tight sets, and Sabalenka just a little stronger.
It's hard to hit unforced errors at a ratio of 2-1 to your opponent and come through that opening set. And they've got something to ponder there. Excuse me, Team Zheng. Actually, on the right in the blue hoodie, we're having a chat because Qinwen's gone off, is Emilio Gomez, and you might recognize that surname because he is the son of Andres Gomez, who won here. It was way back in 1990, wasn't it? His father was the champion. He was a good player as well, top 100.
Yep. Yeah, very good player. I don't know if he's actually said he's finished or not. I don't know. I know he was working with a junior for a little bit for maybe the last year or so, and then just put a pause on that as he was asked to join Zheng's team, and pretty much for the clay season, just wanted to get a little bit stronger, I think, in her movement, and we know how good the Gomez's are on the clay.
Yeah, very high level.
Yeah.
Just in the left of your picture, behind, sitting next to Anton Dobrov, was Gavin McMillan, who's the biomechanist that was brought in midway through the 2022 season. And that was the year, I mean, it seems a long time ago, that Aryna was having the yips, or something certainly technically happening with her serve. And she wasn't smiling at that part of the season. And interesting how she brought in someone so experienced as Gavin to try and fix things.
It's amazing how well she still did, even though she was struggling with the results alone were still incredible. But I mean, that's the level that these top players just go to make sure. I mean,
they're both gone now.
Yeah, they're both gone. They just do everything in their power to get everything so right and work on everything with that much specific detail to make sure that they get their serve, in that case Sabalenka serve, to the best possible form. The top players just never stop trying to improve on every detail.
Yeah, they've also worked on the backhand, getting more left hand as well, the forehand footwork, and he's pretty much stayed. He actually his background was in other sports as well, very much like Jason Stacey, who was the physical and I think mind coach of Aryna.
Well, I was curious about Jason too, because he's very into martial arts, and that's something that he loves. And I know a lot of players that have gone into trying to do martial arts in particular just for the mind alone, because it puts you in a different space, it relaxes you, calms you. And another reason why Zheng hired Gomez as well, because she said he loved his like calm demeanor, and she said she can get a little stressed out in the court sometimes, and he's helped her just kind of relax in certain moments.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have to be careful when you add to the team though, because there's a lot of intangibles there, and the mix, and the more players, the more in the team, the bigger team, the more you have to manage it. You become the sort of the CEO, don't you, of your little group.
As so much as communication, though, everyone has to have that open, honest communication just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Because you're right, a different voice sometimes might not work. It might seem good on paper, but you really have to give it a go and communicate and see if it actually does work.
Also for Qinwen, hiring, Amelia was top 100 in the world very briefly, very good player.
Her place.
The practice level, he's only really just come off that level that she's getting.
Yeah.
The best players seem to also
the hard hitting.
Also have very, very strong sparring partners as well.
Deuxième manche, au service Zheng.
Zheng having to do something she's only ever done once before here at Roland-Garros, come back to win. When she's lost the opening set, that was in her second round match on debut here 3 years ago against a former champion, Simona Halep. Now that very tough assignment here. And how exactly does she do that?
Well, I think she has to, embrace the fact that she was so close to winning that first set. I mean, she was up a break. She can't lose focus at all. She had that one game where she hit a couple double faults and Sabalenka got the break back. I think she has to approach the second set in the exact same way she started the match, and that was using that heavy forehand, still being a little bit more aggressive. The first few games, I felt like she had more opportunities to come to the net. We saw her at the net more often, which is where she's been wanting to finish more points. She's trying to add that to her game, so maybe look more for those opportunities.
Zheng.
Away for the 7th seed to begin the second set.
Taking a peek at the quality of the backhand from both these players. Sabalenka's was the highest out of everyone in the draw, but a lot higher than Zheng overall in this battle.
That's something that you highlighted right at the start of the match.
It's also why we're seeing Sabalenka try and target that side more from Zheng. She's been able to rush Zheng when she's gotten a lot of pace on the ball in that backhand corner. You can see why she's trying to avoid the forehand, because Zheng has gotten very aggressive on that side, using that heavy ball and then hitting the next one with good power.
Les 0-30.
This is how she opened up the first set. Early in the first part of her service games.
It's a good duck from Sabalenka, got out of the way of that. Zheng just feeling like had to go for broke on that. She was pushed so far wide.
Be a little careful, Hannah. She's waiting for the win, but she's well over the 25 seconds you're allowed between the points.
The wind picked up even more before hitting that return from Zheng, and the end just felt like she had to try and control it, and that's what caused the mistake.
You can see big patches on the clay, particularly on Zheng's end of the court. And you look at it face on, where you can see that the top layer of clay has been blown off, and it's actually only a couple of millimeters, a few millimeters, the top dressing, which is the crushed brick. That's a great recovery within the point.
It's amazing how she can do that, how she can quickly change the defense to offense. Zheng played a great point. Didn't do anything wrong. And Sabalenka, it was good movement, good sliding to the forehand.
Sabalenka.
Well, from love 30 in that game.
Un jeu bateau.
Zheng was born in 2002, and in 12-year zodiac cycle. That's the year of the horse, and one of the qualities if you're born in the year of the horse is you never surrender.
I like that. She doesn't. No. She's a fighter.
Of year of the horse.
Yeah, what are they?
Positive and energetic. I think you could say that about
definitely.
Zheng. Qinwen. Big bubbly personality.
Yeah. That's what I like when Sabalenka, where you start to see something different sometimes. And she said she really wanted to add more tools to her game because she knows how effective that could be as a surprise tactic. And she didn't want to be considered just the power player. We know how adept she is at the net as well. And Grand Slam doubles champion also for Sabalenka.
Merci.
Something that her singles prowess almost makes us forget.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
As a great point, it's just an example of the quick thinking, really, from both players. But Sabalenka looked like she was going to drop shot for a moment on one of the slices and then hit it hard and deep.
That is
just
not,
to change it up.
It's not a natural shot from
Sabalenka.
How hard she must have worked.
Yeah, practice.
And for the races now for Zheng.
Zheng.
Like an important hold for the 7th seed. On serve at the part of this second set.
Please.
It's moved along so quickly, I almost forgot there's time for some new balls. So they change after the first 7 games, then after 9 subsequently for the rest of the match. So Sabalenka on serve in the second.
0-15.
Since a lot of her service games have been uphill, so often she is not able to win the first point. Only the one love hold for Sabalenka in this match.
And with the new balls, that heaviness from Zheng working to her favor even more. So it's great extension through the ball.
Has trained for many years in Barcelona.
Yep.
Since she started with Perariba when she was about 16, 17 years of age. Amazing, amazing.
15-30.
That's a good return. Got it nice and deep. Just Sabalenka connecting with that. Well, caught it at the right height too. Better contact point, more hip height for Sabalenka. I feel like so often she looks like she's falling back, but somehow still hits a winner from that position. It's just incredible timing.
Sabalenka. 2 jeux partout.
Starting to motor now.
Letting that, she wanted to come in forward and get aggressive, but letting the ball come to her instead just a little bit. And she has enough power from that far back that she can still stay in control of the point.
Now, can Zheng find a way out of love 30? Yep, she's ready to make a move here. This is the first break point of this second set.
Again, good recovery from the previous return mistake. She was so frustrated because that was an opportunity, so did well to stay in that one, took her time on the return.
That's a great save.
Yeah, excellent point from Zheng. I think that the backhand down the line just took it off the court immediately off the return. Very aggressive point.
Avantage, Sabalenka.
So she needs to get inspired out here. She was at the Olympics on her way to gold last summer. Sabalenka doesn't need another invitation. And the three-time major champion up a break now in this second set. We've loved watching the evolution of Aryna since she burst onto the scene as this brilliant teenager. A lot of juniors, she just sort of seemed to come almost fully formed with a women's game. Where do you feel her next stage of development will come?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I think she's getting there with throwing in some different kind of shots. I really feel like she could try and come into the net a bit more. I think
this is Aryna. We're looking at Qinwen,
exactly.
But we're talking about Aryna.
I do feel like she could get to the net more. Actually, that's something that Zheng's trying to do too, trying to get a little bit more at the net to finish points faster. And I think, it's not easy on the clay to do that, but I like the idea and the intention of having that in your mind to do that a little bit more.
Zero kills.
Aryna really seems to like giving herself these uphill service games. Again, she finds herself at love 30.
I like the idea of trying to apply that pressure, like force Zheng at this stage, a set and a break down to come up with this type of shot. I would like to see maybe Sabalenka approach more to the backhand. Zheng feels a bit more comfortable passing on the forehand.
Interesting. She looks, and she is a very instinctive player. You know, approaches the game with a sort of very much personality-led. That last change of ends, her coach Anton Dubrov was in deep conversation with her data analyst, Shane Lineage.
Whoa!
Oh. Well, that wasn't in the numbers. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
What a lovely reaction. We've just seen another side of Aryna. Wow, that's the best backhand return of the tournament. She plays with a great sense of humour and humility out here. And she's got to deal with a couple of break points right here.
I thought it was wide.
It is wide.
No, he called it in, I think.
I'm right on that line.
Oh, it is.
I've had very expensive laser eye surgery, Jill.
Let me see.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wide.
Is this one? It's out. Is that one? I thought it was in from the chair as well, but there is a space there.
No.
Yeah.
There is not, but...
I don't know how you feel, Jill. I think it's very... Paolo Diarra is a very good umpire.
Yeah.
And it has been confirmed by the cameras, the Hawkeye cameras here. But when an umpire goes down and isn't absolutely sure, I think it puts doubt in the mind of the players.
Yeah.
When they go down and go out and back up, I think it just psychologically it's more convincing.
And that was really close too, so you can understand why she wanted to take another look from a different angle.
So we're back on serve in the second set. There is a very annoying pigeon that is swooping above the umpire's chair. Yeah, and they've done their homework, haven't they? It's been a deliberate tactic.
It's just such a good quality point. I mean, Zheng, the way she was hitting off the ground, it had to take the right moment for Sabalenka to feel comfortable to throw in the dropper. Wasn't giving her many opportunities there, but she took it when she got just a little shorter shot to work with. That's a great ball from Sabalenka. So often you're expecting the harder one from that corner, and she's almost using that heavier one more often, noticing that that's working well. Zheng just getting late on the forehand.
0 count.
These double faults were very expensive in the first set. This only one of the second, but might have an equally high tariff. On the brink of a third consecutive break here, midway through the second set. Yeah, and Sabalenka doesn't hang around. Once again, she is up a break in the second and edging closer to a place in the last four. It's devastating, isn't it? Not only a break, but a break to love. What does that do to Zheng psychologically here in such a big match?
Yeah, it's tough. I think especially because she played a good game to break back the previous game, and she worked so hard, and I felt like her level had lifted, especially the first point on the Sabalenka serve. It was so good, and even though she lost that point with the dropper, I felt like she played a good point, and I think she just got almost a little bit down that she lost that point. But Sabalenka, I mean, she's just did such a good job mentally of getting herself back on track.
She now has a Serena-like consistency at Grand Slam level. This is her 10th consecutive major quarterfinal. And she's won 8 of 9 of them. The only one she's lost was here 12 months ago. It was set up against the teenager Mila Andreeva.
Just getting off the line. That was a nice surprise. I haven't seen Zheng throwing the drop shot that often. And on the forehand as well, that's where you least expect it to come from. It's more natural for a lot of players on the backhand side.
The French call the drop shot the amorti. And we've seen a lot of amorti here in sort of up to 2 hours, not far off to the early afternoon here in Paris.
Another great combination, just the change up of the rhythm there, disrupting Zheng on that last backhand. confused there, Sabalenka, which shot to hit. Was about to run around it and take a backhand. I don't know if the flight of the ball all of a sudden made her change her mind. Just got a little confused in that moment.
Avantage Sabalenka.
One mistake, though, doesn't become two, does it, with Aryna? Wipes it away very quickly. Decibel levels definitely rising as Sabalenka edges closer to a second semi-final here at Roland-Garros.
Sabalenka met pas 5 jeux à 3.
Did well just to control those aggressive shots. She was fighting so hard off those high balls once again, but kept that consistent depth.
As good a player as Zheng is, she's 22 and she's been as high as 5 in the world. She's got an Olympic gold. At this level, it takes something special to be a top player. At this round of a slam, she's only ever done it once, beaten a top 10 player at a major. Was on Jabeur back at the US Open 3 years ago. Every time she's met this woman at a major, she's come off on the wrong end of it.
It's almost a similar one to what Zheng had a couple games ago. I almost feel like the harder you hit the serve at Sabalenka, the more she likes it. That one right in the strike zone.
Trying to enjoy herself now out here. Yeah.
Great job getting into position there. For a moment, I thought she was going to take that one more on the rise. Just took a moment to get in good position.
Well, from 40 love to juice. Sabalenka hitting every line. has to be wide.
I thought it was wide too.
Has to be. Otherwise, I'd like a refund for my very expensive laser eye surgery.
Yeah.
Was out.
It's that centre line that umpires really do not like to overrule on. But she probably could have given it a whirl on that occasion.
Zheng trying to play it safe there and just trying to overpower, going down the center. Great reflexes from Sabalenka.
The team would have been worried about this one, given that Zheng beat Sabalenka in Rome. Top seed now, though. A chance to get her revenge at match point. Not that time. Sabalenka through to the semi-finals.
Sabalenka.
Recovered well from going down an early break in that opening set. And after taking the first honour breaker, certainly didn't look back. And it's a second Paris semi-final for the world number one. She goes through 7-6, 6-3. And an 8th win over Zheng Qinwen. And she seemed to enjoy herself out there.
I think it almost helped her at the end when she hit that amazing return on one of the points. All of a sudden just gave herself a little laugh. And yeah, I thought she looked really relaxed, especially with how Zheng started the match. She started so strong. I mean, this is her first quarterfinal at Roland-Garros for Zheng, so a new experience for her against someone who has been to this stage before here. So Sabalenka, I think just you saw the experience come through, I think, in the end. And I felt like that last couple games happened fast. All of a sudden, from love 40 down, that last game did well to just really stay in it and really brought extra power. Just such a good finish, I think, for Sabalenka.
She has the ability to relax in the most difficult moments in a match. And you know, we talk so much about her power and her aggression and her physique and everything. But actually, she knows how to have fun and she plays with humour out there. It's a lovely quality. Let's hear from her. She's with Marion.
Aryna, massive congratulations. What a match again today against Qinwen. That first set alone was 1 hour and 15 minutes. It was such a tough battle. But once again, you're coming on top of that match. What do you think was the key for you? Have done so well to get you the win at the end.
Well, yeah, that was a true battle, and honestly, I have no idea how I was able to break her back and get back in that first set. And I was just trying to fight, and I was just trying to put as many balls as I could back because, sorry, I didn't start well, and I'm really glad that I found my rhythm and I won this match. It was it was a tough one, and oh my God, guys, thank you so much for the atmosphere. Like, you guys are amazing, honestly. Thank you.
You had such a winning record against Qinwen until last week in Rome, when you lost for the first time against her on the exact same surface. What do you think you have done a lot better today? It was very breezy as well to get you the win this time.
Well, I have to say that last tournament I was pretty exhausted, and honestly at the end of the match I was actually glad that I lost that match because I needed a little break before Roland-Garros, and today I was just more fresh, and I was ready to battle, I was ready to fight, I was ready to leave everything I have on court to get this win, and I think that's all about it. And once again, really, really happy with the win.
You're so dominating all year round on the tour, but once again here in Roland-Garros, you have been so dominating. You haven't lost a set to reach the semi-final, equaling your best result in 2023. You were as well in the semi-final of Roland-Garros. What do you want now? I guess a title?
I mean, I think we all here for one reason, and everyone won that beautiful trophy, and I'm really glad that I have another opportunity, another semi-final to do better than I did last time. And yeah, I'm ready to go out and compete and fight for every point. And I really hope that by the end of the clay court season this year, I'll be very proud of myself.
Well, you can be really proud of your performance today.
Merci,
Congratulations once again. Mesdames et messieurs, merci d'applaudir la numéro 1 mondiale qualifiée pour les demi-finales de Roland-Garros, Aryna Sabalenka.
Yes, everything going well. Still yet to drop a set. Sabalenka through the tight moments extremely well. In the semi-finals, she was 2 years ago. The three-time major champion. There's one on hard courts of one on the hard courts of Australia and the United States. Would love to get her hands, wouldn't she, on that coupe Suzanne Lenglen on that Saturday afternoon.
I mean, she definitely looks fresh coming in here and needed that break. And I think she also wanted some revenge from that loss that she had against Zheng.
Une dernière fois, Aryna Sabalenka.
Well, not the joy of last year for Qinwen with Olympic gold. Sabalenka this time taking home the spoils, but a lot of work still to do for this 27-year-old Belarusian.